All right, all right. Greetings, everyone. Welcome to Unique Perspectives Love Talk Podcast. I'm your host, Charles Dixon, and I'm here with my co-host, Mr. Adam Ford. How are you, sir?
What's up, fam? Happy Good Friday to everybody. How's everybody doing on this Easter weekend? What's going on?
He got up.
He got up.
You know, that's what the choir's going to be doing on Sunday. He got up.
He got up. Then you got to hit those chords. You got to get that B3 Hammond in, and you got to hit those chords so we can have a good shout.
Right.
Hey.
That's all somebody want to do.
Hey. Because he got up, y'all. Don't be ashamed of your Pentecostal upbringing. Don't be ashamed up in here. Touch your neighbor, say it's gonna be all right. He got up. Oh, I feel it right now.
Lord.
Hallelujah. Y'all about to make me run right now. Hey, God is good.
All right. So
can I get an amen? No.
That's why I done got it all we already done got.
I done got it all stirred up now.
You might as well choose 5 other people and do the 7 sayings on here.
Yeah, we might as well. Let's go.
Good Friday 7 sayings. Just forget it. I'm sure it's a few ministers here and there.
Oh, you know they ready to tear it up.
Yeah. What was we gonna say?
Oh God. I can't stop laughing.
Yes. So I mean, what's going on in the world on your side of the world, sir?
Not much, man. Looking forward to the weekend. Hopefully the weather will stabilize a little more here in Illinois. We've been having some crazy weather.
I've been hearing this one.
Tornado warnings and was it hail the size of little golf balls all over the place, man. It's been a little crazy. But hopefully, we get some halfway stabilized weather this weekend. I know it's supposed to be a little chilly on Easter Sunday or whatever like that, but otherwise things are good. God is good. God is still on the throne. All right. How about you? What's going on with you in your area?
Good. It's just been business as usual. The news keep hearing about these Iran tactics each day. You can't turn the TV on without it, right? So there you go.
Yeah. True that. I mean, it is what it is. Wars and rumors of wars, but we are not afraid.
I think this is going to be a Sunday service today.
Because I'm ready for you.
Okay, so let's jump into it. Before we get into today's show, Adam brought to my attention how he was a little not necessarily understanding it a little, So I told him I would help him out a little bit.
Whatever.
In short, Adam,
y'all don't know what I go through before shows start. Y'all have no idea.
In short, when I'm mentioning the Warden of Boredom, the perspective I was coming from was sometimes, and before I go to say that, let me just by way of disclaimer, most of us at some point or another in our lives have either played the role of the prisoner or the warden, right? The warden is simply the person who's in full control mentally of what they either do or do not wish to do with the other person. Okay. The other person is likely the one that's full of hope, really, really liking the other person, crazy about the other person, but the other person has a psychological barrier as to how far you can advance, right? And 9 times out of 10, you stay over in your cell, right? You don't get out of that cell. In the just like in the real jail, the warden comes up, says anything, bang their key on the what do you call it, the bars, but you don't really get to interact. You don't have the access to the warden. You can see him, hear him, but you don't really have the access. So that's why I came up with the concept of well, let me just dial it just a little bit. I'll take it a little bit further, and I'll let you read. In conversation, Adam, it was brought to my attention by a certain single someone, right? This person was describing a person that had all these good qualities. The person was this, they were that, they this, and they had all of these, and they were good. They gonna be Johnny on the spot or Julie on the spot, whatever. All of these things, right?
Yeah.
Then they said, oh, and this person loved themselves some me. But, and I said, so there you go. Right. What's the deal? I don't like them. And I said, but what baffled me, Adam, is okay. It's okay to say we're not interested like that, or we
Right.
don't like them like that. But
Right.
when we say what confused me a little bit is when we say that person love them some me.
Right.
How does a person get to really, really, really love you without some of your involvement?
Yeah.
Meaning
Yeah.
you've extended something, you've
Right.
extended some access, you've
Yeah.
extended enough reach for the person to extremely hope, right? So
Mhm.
that's kind of like where this is coming from. So I looked at that other person, I said, wow, it's like that person is the prisoner and this person is the warden, right? And so
Okay.
the
Okay.
warden is basically saying, think about it. This is where it gets deep, Adam, when it comes to this board thing.
All right.
Wardens are over prisons, right? They're over
Okay.
prison population,
Got it.
meaning it's typically not just
It's
one
one
prisoner.
prisoner. Okay.
When people, I'm saying this
Wow.
to say, in most cases, when we are in between relationships
Mhm.
or hoping for the next or something like that, we
Mhm.
find ourselves in these interims. I'm okay with this. I'm a little okay with that. I can hang out, talk a little bit, go to dinner with you, maybe this. And we don't like them enough to fully commit, but
Right.
we like them enough to lure them into the 6x9 and lock the door. We
Mm.
lure you in, close the door, and then sing. Wait, what's going on? I mean, you're okay, but just don't say the wrong thing and wait right there for a minute.
Move to the back
That's
of the room.
correct.
Put your hands against the wall.
So yes. So yeah, man, this is a thing that it happens, and a lot of times, if we're honest, it really is as simple as this.
Mhm.
I like you to a degree,
Okay.
but the person that I really, really like is not that crazy about me. So rather than me discard you, I'm sure I could find some use. So I allow you to tag along for the hope ride. That's pretty much
Mm.
what it is, in short, right? And so the other
Right.
person, and it's like, how great of a world would it be, Adam, if we knew off bat how far or how far not, and simply just said it or said it with our actions. Like if
Mhm.
we, you're cool, but I don't want to lead you on. So I'm going to
Hmm.
sever this communication.
Okay.
Right. A lot of times we think because the person is safe and they're not causing us much duress, and I'm not
Right.
doing nothing else at home, so it's okay to take a call, take a text, take whatever, to go out to a dinner and then go our separate ways, as long as no exchanges are happening.
Okay.
Everybody's coming back with everybody's taking what they came with, put it that way.
Right. Right.
So yeah.
Right. Hmm.
All right.
Interesting. So
Yes,
what do you
yes.
want me to do? You want me to read this little
Yes, go
thing we
ahead,
got
and
going
then
on?
we can go ahead. Yes.
Okay. All right. The Warden of Boredom. Some people don't like silence, not the kind that fills a room, but the kind that feels a life when one is in between relationships. It's those quiet stretches of uncertainty when loneliness can start to hum like an old refrigerator. Wow, that refrigerator is really old.
Remember
It's
that?
not unbearable, but it's constant. To mute that hum, some people reach for the stand in, the person who lights up when they text, the one who's always available, who's always hopeful. They may not be deeply attracted to that person or not even intrigued by them, but it's the feeling of being wanted that makes the stand in tolerable.
Mm,
That want becomes a form of comfort, and in some cases can even feel like power. So they hold
mm,
on to the stand in not because they're in love or interested, but because they're in limbo. They become,
mm,
in a way, the warden of their own boredom, which keeps some captive in emotional probation until something more exciting or fitting shows up. Let's talk about emotional bail bonds resources so we can get you out. We need to post bail for your
wow.
arraignment.
Uh,
Mm,
so, Mr.
mm.
Ford,
Yeah.
here's another thing. There is a difference between someone being held captive
Mhm.
and someone being kept.
Okay.
Kept is protected.
Okay.
Captive is controlled
Okay.
for the most
Okay.
part. And
All right.
so when I think about this whole concept, basically, maybe, and I'll give people the benefit of the doubt.
Mhm.
Maybe it's unbeknownst to us what we are doing, right?
Hmm.
When we really are holding someone captive.
Okay.
And maybe, but I'm just of the belief, Adam, that we know. Because think about it. If anybody has ever been in love or has been in love with the feeling of being in love,
Mhm.
when you are in love, it's all bets off. It's like whatever you need, I got you. How
Okay.
close you want to come on, right?
Mhm. Mhm.
Whatever the case is, it's all open. But when we have what I refer to when we have all these blocks and mines in the minefield, right? When the field
Mhm.
becomes a minefield,
Mhm.
it's that way on purpose. It's supposed to control activity
Okay.
of the captive, of the prisoner. That's
Okay.
why in jail, you go to the child, you get your food, you go back, you go
Mhm.
out for recess. I mean, not for your break to the
Right.
yard,
Right.
you go
Right. You're
back.
on break. Yeah.
Everything is controlled. And
Control.
it is that way in relationships.
Mm.
When we want to be a warden, we control the movements. When we
Hmm.
want to be in love, we lost control of their movements.
Ah,
And the
okay.
person is all over. How do you get this from me? Because you in love. But anyway, so yeah, so all of that happens when we in love. That's how you know you love people of the world. You lose control, and the person loses control of how you move because
Hmm.
it's like they're not blind or
Okay.
deaf to what you're doing and saying, but it's that ability to want to accommodate, to say, all right, just go ahead. Come on. I got you.
Wow.
Whatever, right?
Wow.
When it's the
Wow.
love, but when it's controlled environment, like the prison world, it is the conversation that needs to be had. All
Hmm.
right.
Hmm.
Okay.
Okay. So this is again when I was reading this, I wasn't completely understanding, and then we had a conversation about it, and I kind of got a better understanding of it. So
Yeah.
so basically the person who is bored with the person that is not really their person, but they're only using them as a placeholder
Mm,
until the actual person that they're interested in, who doesn't bore them, is available.
correct.
And so it's all about that. It's all about the bored person's interest.
Mm,
And here's the thing, though, right? So that's number one. Let me say this. I really do believe that boredom is a choice that we can make,
yeah.
right? We can
Okay.
all choose either to be bored or not bored, depending on what has our attention, right?
Mm,
And so if I'm with a person and I am not attentive to them, then doesn't it stand to reason that I need to be like honest with them and say, hey, I'm not necessarily into you the way that you're into me. This is a
mm.
little lopsided. This is a
Wow.
little unbalanced. Maybe we're not meant for one another, because if we're meant for each other, then we're both going to have each other's attention, right? And it means that neither one of us are going to be bored. We're both going to be intrigued by one another. We're both going to be interested in one another. We're going to want to spend time together. We're going to want to be together. We're going to want to do things for one another, excuse me, because we are attentive to each other, right? We're not bored
Mhm,
with each other. But if there is a person in the relationship who is bored,
mhm.
then it stands to reason that maybe they shouldn't be together. And I'm just
Wow.
saying,
Yeah.
I'm not saying that I have the answer to this, but what I am saying is that if I'm with somebody and I bore them,
Mm,
hey, you
wow.
know what? I'm gonna be gone. I'm gonna be gone.
Wow.
And I recommend that you leave too. You know what I'm
Wow.
saying? And I think it's important that that is something that is addressed, because it seems to me that the person who is bored is being very manipulative of the person who is the placeholder,
Mm,
because the only reason why this placeholder is in the bored person's life is to literally just occupy space.
mm.
You know what I'm saying?
Wow.
And there is no future in this arrangement. This
Yeah.
is just for this period of time, however long it is, until my real interest shows up. And when
Wow.
my real interest shows up, then the placeholder is going to get kicked to the curb. That's
Wow.
exactly what's going to happen because you're really not my person. You're just a placeholder. You know, I
Wow.
don't really have any interest for you. Really don't have any feelings for you. You might do some things for me physically.
Yeah.
You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? You might do some things for me emotionally.
Yeah.
But as far as there being an equal reciprocal exchange that takes place, that ain't happening because you bore me. I'm bored with you. I'm not interested in you. I only want you here to fill a space. That's all you're just a placeholder. You're just a placeholder.
But see, this is where it gets difficult. The person that's already, let's just say that when the person first says to themselves, I'm bored. Well, not they may not even say I'm bored, but they're finding themselves because a lot of times I believe it's not called bored. I just can't get who I want.
Okay.
So
Let's be real.
like the Bible says, this is Good Friday, Adam. The idle
There we
mind is
go.
the devil's workshop. So
Yeah.
sometimes on tonight, when we are
Mm-mm, mm-mm,
idle,
mm-mm,
we
mm-mm.
get ourselves in devilish things on tonight. All right,
Wow.
okay. So
Wow.
anyway, so what I'm saying is, I
That's actually
feel
not
like
scripture.
whatever. That is
It's
scripture. You
not.
can go back and
It's,
read it. Yeah. But anyway, so the
whatever.
point is, yeah. So I think a lot of times when the person is quote unquote bored, the other person is not in the know of that.
Mhm.
Like when the person comes along, they're taking it like, oh, finally they said they want to go on a date, or finally they're responding to my text. Finally, they're picking up the phone to call me because now they got free time and space. So it's
Mm.
not like they are coming in the door saying bored, but not that interested. Are you willing to go? Right. So it's just
Okay.
you're
Okay.
taking their availability as potential interest because they calling, texting, saying they want to go to dinner or whatever.
Okay.
So it becomes like, wow, what do you do with that?
Mhm.
So, I guess you're right. It would be noble to be honest and lead with that, but
Yeah.
that's what placeholding and being bored, being a warden is. I'm not going to tell you that because I'm in the business of the prisoner warden dynamic in
Hmm.
this space. I'm not
Hmm.
here to set you free because I'm not doing what I want with who I want. So
Wow.
for now, prisoner, warden, right? And
Wow.
so then people are stuck in those dynamics, and it's just like, and this is a difficult thing because I can. I'm not a gambling man, Adam, but if I went to Vegas, I would gamble on the fact that 75% of people are in these situations that will do.
Hmm.
It's not what I really want to do, but it will do, right?
Mm.
Because not everybody gets a chance to get their utmost. That person gets me and they just want to be with me. 9 out of 10, if you the person that do all the discovery of that and the other person doesn't acknowledge it, you're that prisoner.
Say so. Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
because see, if
Okay.
you got all of the goods as to how great y'all can be, but the other person doesn't oblige it, you the prisoner,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
So yeah,
No, you're right. And yeah, because if the other person is only just there, just if you're doing all the work and the other person is just sitting there, watch you do all the work,
yeah,
then 9 times out of 10, you're the placeholder and they're the board person. You know what I'm
correct.
saying? They're not willing to put anything into it because they're saving all of their resources and all of their goods, all of
For
their
their hope,
currency. They're saving it for
yeah,
the person who is
yeah,
yet to come. You know what I'm
yeah.
saying? Are you the one or shall we look for another?
Wow,
Since we're going to Good Friday theme,
wow,
are you the one or should we look for another? And that's the question you need to ask, right?
wow,
Are you the one or should I look for another? And I think
wow,
so let's flip the script a little bit.
yeah.
I refuse to believe that the person who was the placeholder is not aware to some degree that they are the placeholder.
Of course, they're not.
They have to be aware of the fact that
There's some limitations.
yeah. why are there restrictions here when there shouldn't be restrictions here if we're actually in a relationship? Because what this sounds like to me, Charles, this doesn't sound like a relationship. This sounds like an arrangement.
Yeah.
Or better yet, it sounds like a situationship. That's what it sounds like. You know what I'm saying? Where you're just here basically, and not to be crass about this, but you're just here basically to service my needs. That's it.
Wow.
And I only call you when I need my needs service. I watch this. I only call you when I'm bored.
Wow.
Otherwise, shoo away. Shoo.
Here's where it gets cruel, Adam. The bored person ain't really handing out no needs.
What do you mean?
Bored because you're really not that interested in that person. So I haven't seen a person not that interested say, I'm bored, but if you get over here in 30 minutes, you might can get something. No, they're going to say, what you doing? You know, I'm hungry. You like so-and-so? No, I don't like clams. No, just make it, you know what I'm saying? That's the lure to get you to go out to seafood place. But anyway, the point I'm making is the bored person wants something. 9 times out of 10, they want your ear for a little bit. They want you
or
to
something else, or they want something else,
or to go take them somewhere. They want a little bit of time because bored people need time filled.
Right.
Because the other time they're mad because they're not getting the text back from the other woman or the dude that they're really interested in, or the person doing something else. So they need to fill time, right? So in the process, they form these relationships. And in some cases, the time fillers get intimate. In some cases, because like you said, I can like this about you, but not the whole picture.
Not the whole picture, yeah.
And anytime we restrict anyone, we are not entirely engrossed in them.
Yeah.
When you really, really embrace, you are open like 7-Eleven, 24/7, right? But when you restrict, it's a reason behind it. For whatever the reason, that you're restricting, it's like, oh, wait, hold on now. Then you read the signs on the door. There's no access after 10. But I can see the lights on there. Come back.
People walking around in the store. Other people in the store.
That's it. You just can't go in there. That's really what it feels like. So yeah.
That's crazy, dude. Man, and again, here's the fact though. And again, I want to go back to the placeholder. Okay. Because I really honestly don't believe if the placeholder has any good sense, any type of discernment, intuition, something clicking or ticking, an alert or a flag that's going up, that they are completely unaware of the reality. Because here's the thing though, Charles, the fact that I get to the door of the store, and the store door doesn't open up for me, yet I can see other people who walk in and out of the store freely.
But I can't come in.
Yeah, that's a clear indication that I have to acknowledge myself to say, well, wait a minute.
I'm not fully
How is it that all these other people can get in and out?
Yeah.
But I can't get in and out when I want to get in and out, right? Because it's limited access. Yeah, it's interesting sometimes how we do some people that we say that we're interested in. But the reality is that we aren't as interested in them as they are in us.
Yeah,
so we there might be a little bit of interest there.
Yeah.
But what we do is we kind of like curtail it. Yeah. You only got 7 hours with me.
Yeah, that's
after the 7 hours is up.
I got something else to do later. Yeah.
I will see you next week.
Yeah.
Come on, man.
You ever know this is how dirty it can get, Adam.
Oh my God,
let's just say there is a man or woman that's somebody really is chasing down, so to speak. Or when I say chasing down, you want to make sure during this particular hour or time frame you're available to them.
Yeah.
Some people will wake up on a Saturday, hang out with a person, just like you said, hang out with a person from morning up until 5, but they're going to tell you in the morning, Adam. Yeah, because see later, my cousin said, I'm supposed to be going to this thing, show me to go with her. It's just later on, but they do it, Adam, because
Right.
later on, I need to be available for when
For some,
Mr.
yes,
Mystery is off his job.
yes,
And I don't
yes.
want to miss his call and
Right.
not be able to go to him if he calls
If
or
he
her,
calls me,
vice
right,
versa. So the
right,
point
right.
is, that's when it gets dirty. Like when
Mm.
you're really using a person for their time, for a
Mhm.
meal, for
Yeah.
activity, and then
Right.
all right, then I'll talk. It was nice. No, it was
Mhm.
not nice. But yeah.
Mhm.
So let's take it even further, like you say, Adam.
All right.
Wardens is not just about boredom when it comes to prisoners.
Okay.
A person that's acting in the space of a warden, we have energy wardens. We have people who want to get in their feelings
Mm-hmm.
and act and create an environment to imprison you in it. Because they want you to know they're in their feelings. They're going to act away, whether that means I'm not communicating, I'm not texting, I'm not, whatever the case is. It's like I'm putting a line up here, and as your warden, you better get in that thing and do all the necessary things to make me think about letting you out of this energy space.
Wow.
Oh, we do it in energy, we do it in sex. We
Wow.
do it in interest. We hold people over the coals with interest when we know whether or not we really interested or not. Right. We know it. And so, but we hold them up hostage simply because we not ready to sit with ourselves.
Right. See, that's the other thing that we need to talk about.
Issue of this whole thing.
Yeah.
Is people not wanting to sit
be by
with themselves. Because that means if I'm not holding someone prisoner or I don't have a placeholder, I'm alone.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I don't like being alone.
I don't like being alone.
So yeah.
No, that is really the other side of this equation, right? And again, when I was talking about that whole idea of self-interest for the person who is bored, because of the fact that they don't want to be alone, they will leverage other people who might have an interest in them in order, like you said, to fill that space, to fill that gap so that they don't feel alone. But ladies and gentlemen of the court, we have to consider the fact that every now and again in your life, particularly if you are a single person, there are moments when you should be alone. Now, let's understand this. Being alone and loneliness are two different things. Alone is a condition, whereas loneliness is the fact that I don't have anybody else with me.
That's it.
I can be lonely in a crowd of people.
Wow.
I can be, watch this, I can be lonely in a relationship. I can even be lonely in a marriage.
Yeah.
But to be alone, that's not a bad thing.
Yeah.
I think in this society nowadays, there is such such a drive and a push. Oh, you got to be with this one. Oh, you got to be with that one.
You're not validated.
You know what I'm saying? And on your timeline, whether you're on Instagram or YouTube or TikTok, you got all these apps showing up, showing you this one and showing you that one, and you shouldn't be alone because you should be with this one and you should be with that one.
Yeah.
But there is importance. I feel this right here. I feel this right here. Hold on. There is an importance to being able to be alone. To have a moment in a season in your life where people are not running in and out of it. I mean, when I was single, I had to come to terms, and this was after this was like, after this was after the separation and the divorce. I had to make peace with the reality that if I don't find anybody for me, that I need to be okay with being alone on my own. You know what I'm saying? And I
Yeah.
think a lot of us, if we're honest here, those who are listening, those who are in the comments, holler at your boy, that, you know, that we need that we the reality is we need to understand that every season should not be filled with a lot of bodies. That every
Mm,
now and again, you should have a time where you are alone because it
mm,
allows you to think about your life, the direction that you're headed in, you know, your faith, your mental health, your emotional health. But if you've always got people coming in and out of your life, when do you have time to think about how you are in your own personal welfare? And again, this goes against the person who was bored because the person who was bored wants to always have somebody coming in and out of their life, wants to always have some type of activity. But every now and again, there ought not be some activity. There ought to
mm.
be a moment when you just settle down, you still yourself, and God forbid that you should pray.
Oh my god.
that you should open up your ears to hear what where God wants you to go and what He would have you to do. But you can't always hear Him over the hustle and the bustle of people coming in and out of your life.
Mm,
Being alone is not bad. And
mm,
again, our society has made being alone a negative thing, but it's not. It's
yeah.
necessary every now and again for us to be alone.
Mm.
Just
You know
saying.
you
I'm
know
just
what,
saying.
Adam? So that's like telling a person addicted to drugs
Okay. Yeah.
to
Okay.
take a break this weekend.
Wow.
And in their
Not take
mind,
a break.
you
Not
like,
not
how about
not.
this? I know you.
How
I
about
know this.
rehab?
Yeah, I've been seeing you do all this week, but how about this? This is the Lord's weekend. Try not to do that. Oh, okay, Mr. Adam. And as soon as you leave,
Not Mr.
$25. They out on the block.
Not the
So my
five man.
point is, when it comes to people who don't like being alone,
Mm,
they're a like having fillers is a drug
I get it.
because it keeps me from acknowledging what's not.
Yeah.
So if I can keep the autonomy of the doors coming and going and closing and in and out of one to the other, I don't have to take the time to focus on what's not right, what should be. How,
Hmm.
why didn't you do this? Or why you should
Right.
have been married? You don't
Yeah.
got no man, no
Okay.
woman. You don't have to think about all those things because you have the excuse of, oh, I listen, I don't have to be alone. Do you see my phone? They will be here in 5 minutes. No, I'm just kidding.
Mm.
You know what I mean? That's how people
Yeah.
that are in them positions, they will throw the numbers and metrics in your face.
Yeah.
If you ever
Yeah.
question them, if you're a married person or in a relationship talking to a person like that, they're gonna throw the metrics at you
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
they're gonna say, you got the husband, you got the wife, but I
Right.
got the options. Look,
Right.
you just
Right.
with that one person. I'm doing me. You get my drift. And so
Yeah.
that's that addiction that we can find ourselves in if we don't confront self. That
Yeah.
only changes when you confront self, like you
Comfort
said,
yourself.
confront
Yeah.
the being alone part and you know, all that. It's yeah,
But you
man.
know what though, and I'll say it because this just did occur to me. So I want to kind of put this out there too. And I know for me, I'm an introvert. My personality type is that of an introvert. So for me, I don't desire to be around a lot of people. That's not
Mm,
my jam. That is not
yeah,
my jam. Ask
not
Maria.
at all.
She will tell you that's not my to be in a crowd of people. To be no, I'm good. I'm good on my own. I'm
Wow.
so good. And sometimes I can be in my office and just be there. Ain't nobody in
Wow.
there but me. I'm just chilling, you know.
Wow.
And it's I don't I enjoy I now I will say this. I do enjoy the company of people. I do enjoy it,
Mm,
especially people that I know. I enjoy the company of people. You know what
yeah.
I'm saying? But at the same time, I also see the value in being alone. I
Yeah.
think as human beings, it is a part of who we are, and it enables us to function
Yeah.
better when we can spend time alone with our
Yeah.
own thoughts. And I know this is a scary thing we're talking about right now, and I know this conversation has kind of shifted a little bit. But sometimes I think some of us are afraid of being alone by ourselves, having to deal with our own thoughts and our own emotions. For fear of what we will actually see is the real me, the real us, who we really are, not who we're portraying ourselves to be, not who we want people to believe that we are, but who we actually are. Because at the end of the day, as much as you may try to deceive yourself, you know you.
Yeah.
You know how you actually are.
Yeah.
God knows you. No,
Yeah.
for sure. But you know you.
That's right. That's it.
Man, ain't no real trick in yourself. There's no
Yeah.
real fool in yourself. You can try to deceive yourself, but the reality is you know you. And every now and again, Charles, we need to sit down with ourselves and deal with us. Oh, we don't want to deal with us. That's the problem
Yeah.
right there. We don't want
Yeah.
to deal with us. God forbid that we should actually have to deal with the reality of who we are and how we
Yeah.
are. God forbid that we should actually have to deal with some issues that we've put on the back burner for some 15, 10, 15, 20, 25 years. God forbid that we should actually have to deal with some of the instability in our own mind, some of the fluxes in our emotions. God forbid that we should actually have to deal with us as we actually are. So what do? We try to fill the space with people.
Yeah. You know what I've learned, Adam, which has become quite sobering, is relationships hit better, feel better when you enjoy being alone first.
Yeah. Let's talk about it.
Because it's saying it's a difference when you just, I have to be there. I need somebody. It's a difference from to have that mindset than to just simply say, I woke up, I feel great today. This would be a great day. You want to hang out? I would love to spend time with you. You're self-content. You feel great. You don't feel no deficits or you lacking dysfunction and all that. You just want to be with the person from a healthy perspective.
Yeah.
And when that's over, or if depending on your dynamic, when you leave or go to your respective places, there is no leakage emotionally. You're good. You're intact.
Okay.
You're content with being alone. I think people strength is garnered in your lonely time.
Yeah.
When you're lonely, you're able, like you said, to self-discover, address some things. And like I said, when you have those out loud conversations, when it's just you and the echoes, and you can look at life from a different perspective and say, I want to approach it a little different this time and do things a little different and not so needy about it. Because, I don't care how you slice it. Need is not an attractive word.
Okay.
It's really not.
Okay.
So it's like I mean, the need part, we should all work on erasing need, right? Because sometimes it's just need is so multifaceted.
True.
Because it doesn't entirely separate that you have a sincere need. Because need can be like, I want you to do that. I'm gonna use you to do that. I'm being opportunistic on you because of that, and I have a legit need. So who has time to go through all that, right? It's just what it is. Just kind of do what you can do self-sufficiently. And if you can't, when someone cares about you, is in close proximity, they'll pick it up. If there's really something wrong, people are going to say, you good? You sure? I know this isn't who you don't act like, you're not acting the same way you did yesterday and the day before. What's happening? I mean, what really is it? Tell me. Okay, is this? And the thing is, I think we have made the need so sad. We have sabotaged it with lies and dishonesty. People don't want to. It's almost like the boy that cried wolf.
Okay.
It was really a wolf at one time, but nobody believed him no more because he lied all the time, right? So if you build a pattern of being sincere, people will be more apt to be there for you. You know what I mean? That's
true. Yeah. Okay. So I guess in regards to the whole idea of the boredom and not wanting to be lonely or by myself, I think it's important that in being able to be alone, The alone time will allow you to actually assess what your need is. It allows you to look at yourself from a very honest point of view and say, these are the things that I actually need. I think sometimes when we have so much activity taking place in our lives, we're a social butterfly. We're here, we're there, we're at the brunch, we're at the opening of the new museum. We're here, we're going all over the place, and we really haven't taken time out for ourselves. Then a lot of times, our needs or our ability to be able to identify what we need is out of whack because we haven't taken the time ourselves to actually assess what we need because we've got so much stuff going on. I think the other part of this too, when I'm talking about being able to not just be alone, but value your alone time is the fact that when you're alone, you can operate from a much more balanced place than you can in any other moment in your life. And I think that is what we're lacking nowadays because I feel like a lot of us don't have the right balance of life that we're living right now. They talk about the work-life balance. Well, you're a lot of us are out of balance because we don't spend enough time trying to get the balance.
That's it.
You know what I'm saying? The balance can be attained, but you got to get that balance, which means, let's be honest, some people that we have attached ourselves to and connected ourselves to don't really belong in our lives. And we need to cut them out.
Wow.
But because if we're honest with ourselves in our alone time, that means you have to be you got to be truthful with you and really being able to identify, does this person actually add to my life? Or are
That's
they
$1 million question?
Are they just here
poised to subtract?
Are they here to get what they can get, and leave me high and dry? But again, at least from my experience, I can't speak for anybody else. At least from my experience, when it comes to being alone, it allowed me to really gain some foresight as to the direction that I was headed in, and also some insight as to the things that I needed to deal with and address so that I could be a more balanced, more mature person. So that when the right relationship came along, I did not abuse that other person. I didn't mess up that other person because I was trying to do what I wanted to do. I was trying to fulfill my own personal needs, but I was more aware of the other person because I had spent enough time alone being able to say, what can I offer somebody else in their lives?
Yeah. Wow.
I just, I think we need to sit. If we're gonna be real in terms of having this conversation and grown up in terms of having this conversation, let's talk about the real stuff that we have to deal with as adults. You know what I'm saying? Everybody wants companionship. I totally get that. I understand that. But every now and again, like I said, you got to be able to spend that time alone.
Yeah. Or if you're not alone, be safe enough to have the ugly conversation with the person.
Oh,
and sometimes talking about why you are bored, why you feel lonely. It may be unattractive to talk about, but sometimes when you connect with people, you can find like there's a place of commonality that you trusted them with that information. Because a lot of people are not going to tell you why they feel lonely, why this, that it, they're not going to go that deep. Right. So, but if we have the conversation to be like, I'm gonna be honest with you, it's just right now I'm in a place that I'm just not that happy in life.
Right.
I don't have a lot of positives versus negatives.
Right.
It's more negatives out in front than it is positive. I don't like my job. I don't like this. I don't make enough money. It's a whole bunch of I don'ts. Like if you have more I don'ts than I do's, you probably don't feel the best, right?
Wow.
So sometimes talking to people about it and connecting, if they care, they're going to open their ears and try to add value, or at least straight trade stories to try to lift each other up.
Right.
But if you are stuck keeping that feeling and thought to yourself all the time, you're just going to finally release prisoners and put someone else in their place. Like what happens at jail. People get in jail, people get released. They're like, I see y'all later. And within the hours, somebody else is going in their cell after they clean it, right? So my point is,
what's funny?
Yeah, go ahead.
Go ahead. No, go ahead. Go ahead. Finish that.
No, go ahead.
No, I was going to say in regards to the whole whatever. I was going to say in regards to what you said about the whole prisoner or the warden of the prison analogy. So there's such a thing as I had the word on my tongue. Isolation. Where they put the prisoner in a state of isolation, where they are separated from the general population of the prison, right?
Yeah.
And yeah. And again, if you're well, see, for me as an introvert, that would be not heaven, but I'm just saying I wouldn't really have a problem with it because I know how to enjoy being alone. Some of us don't know how to enjoy it. We feel as though being alone is a curse.
It's a mark against you. Yeah, it's a mark,
right? Or punishment.
Yeah.
That it is a negative thing. You know what I'm saying? But I think somebody was even in the comments. Somebody was even saying that Jesus spent time alone, and he absolutely did spend time alone.
But unlike us,
here we go.
Adam,
here we go. See, I
had the power to do whatever he wanted. He can go to Italy, Spain in a minute. He had unlimited power.
Really, that's what we're doing.
Can change his situation at any given time. Heck, he was so lit that he could walk out in the street. Can I hang with you, Jesus? They want to hang with him because of who he was.
Wow.
That's why. But go ahead. Keep on.
That's what we're doing.
Yeah,
that's how we do it. I can't even right now with this fool. Oh my God. No, but I think it's important. I think it's important for the type of world that we live in today, where we got so much stuff coming at us from the left, from the right, from the up, from the down, that we need to be able to take solace and value the ability to be alone.
Yeah.
It's okay to be alone by yourself. Yeah. It is. And again, I understand. And even as a married person, I think that we need to have our spaces where we can just sit still with ourselves and get ourselves together every now and again. Listen, real good. I love my wife, and I know she loves me. But could you actually handle being with someone 24/7? And I know that's the extreme, without any break or space in there for the both of you, that you just on top of each other. And I know there are couples that work together, that live together. I understand that's a reality. But somewhere along the line, somewhere in there has to be some time for the individual person to be alone and be okay with being alone. That this doesn't have to be something that I do to somebody else because I'm bored. And so now I need a placeholder. Let me just say it like this. Anybody who is bored and uses placeholders is a maladjusted, immature, self-centered, person.
Wow.
Real talk. Bottom line. I mean, come on. There's no other way to say that. You're bored. So in order for you to alleviate your boredom, you're going to exploit and manipulate and use somebody else to relieve you of your boredom, instead of taking the time for yourself to get you together. How selfish can you possibly be?
And like you said,
that's so detrimental to your own mental health and emotional well-being. Come on here, somebody.
That's right. And look, I think it's in what you also said about it's how we view being alone.
Yeah.
Hey, even in the
Yeah.
relationship space, when people will be like, people want to know how long you've been alone, or are you used to, you don't want to know relationship because you've been alone. Here's the thing.
Mm.
I think we look at it all wrong, because
Mhm.
it shouldn't be, don't get comfortable being alone because you won't need me. But it
Mhm.
should be, let's both be content so we can
Right.
enjoy each other without neediness.
Okay.
You
Okay.
wanna be content with
Okay.
self first.
Okay.
Then when you come together, it's the best way to enjoy each other freely. Like,
Okay.
nobody should just have to have somebody because you don't want to be alone. Because
Right.
that just says I don't want
Right.
to sit with myself. So
Myself.
what's
Right.
what's
Right.
going to
Right. Right.
eventually
Right.
happen when I sit with you? I'm
Yeah.
not going to want to be with you either.
Right.
It's the same thing.
Yeah.
So be attractive by being attractive alone.
Mm.
Then when you come together, you're
Mm.
attractive together. But don't
Mhm.
don't don't come over there. I'm feeling good being alone. So what? I
Mm.
like being alone. I like
Mhm.
being with you, but I
Right.
like being
Being
alone.
alone too.
I
Yeah.
enjoy reconciling self. Right? There's no crime in that. But when we have this culture where we're penalized with being alone,
Mhm.
you want alone, or you don't want to know. How what about, you don't want to waste your time, for one. You don't want to be in something that you feel is not fruitful, for two. You don't, I mean, the list can go on. But when you with a person that gets you, understands you, and you're in a content relationship, I
Mhm.
mean, yeah, the goal is to not always be alone, to be with one
Right.
another, right?
Right.
But
Right.
you shouldn't be you shouldn't be attacked for being self-sufficient, because that's really what
Right.
it is. When a
Right.
person embraces aloneness, they're self-sufficient. Let's take Adam. Okay, just use an example. When you talk about, oh, I enjoy my time, what that
Mhm.
means is you have established things you like to do, whether it
Mhm.
is you got your gaming chair, whether you're
Mhm.
certain movies, you've allotted things to do aside from the relationship, right?
Right.
You're in the
Right.
relationship, but you have your own passions and things you like to do. That's what we need to do.
Right.
People
Right.
need to find things they enjoy, not another person, right? Because it's
Right.
easy to get another person and spill time and do all these things. But find the things that you enjoy aside from your partner,
Right.
right? And engross yourself in them. And before you know it, maybe the partner might say, "What you doing? Move over. I want to learn how to play this too."
Right.
Or I want to watch this too, or I want to go there with you too. And so, because the idea is to enjoy with one another does. I'm not saying you're going to fall in love with everybody's hobbies,
Right.
but
Right.
you
No, that's not
shouldn't
it.
be so polar opposite in what you like to do either.
Right.
Because if
Huh.
somebody always want to do that and the other person always want to do that, you got to say to yourself, do we have any spaces of
Thank you.
commonality that
Yeah.
we
Yeah.
enjoy?
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
There got to be
Absolutely.
something in there besides
Yeah.
going to sleep and turning the covers up and saying it's nighttime. There's got to be
It's
something else, Adam.
nighttime.
See
It's
there, you
nighttime.
got to be something there.
No,
But
you're
yeah,
absolutely
man,
right. It's
that's
absolutely
true.
right.
Yeah.
You need to have your separate interests, but you also have that commonality between the two of you that brings you together. You go your separate directions and you do your thing, but then you also come together to do some things. So there's again,
Yeah.
this is what I'm talking about, right? I'm talking about balance.
Yeah.
Balance between the two. So let me ask you this question, because you said something that was very interesting to me, and
Okay.
I have a very interesting question to ask all
Okay.
of us today that we might not have considered before, but I want us to think about it today. The
Okay.
question is, are you attracted to yourself?
Mm.
Not in a weird, strange way, but in a
Yeah.
healthy, wholesome way. Here's the other question I want to ask. Are you satisfied with you?
Wow.
Here's where I'm going with this. I think often because of the fact that we don't like to be alone and spend time with ourselves, to some degree, is an indication that we may not necessarily be satisfied with us, that we
Mm.
may not necessarily be attracted to us. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
When
I
you look
do.
in the mirror, are you
Mhm.
disgusted or are you okay? Now,
Right.
I'm not talking about being narcissistic. That's not what
Yeah.
I'm talking about.
Like
But I'm talking
egotistical,
about
yeah.
having a healthy self-esteem enough to be like, hey, you know what? I'm good. I'm okay.
Yeah.
I'm cool. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Every now and then when I dress up, dude, you got it
You
going
doing it, you doing it,
on.
you doing
You doing,
it.
you know what I'm saying? But if
Yeah,
you don't feel like that about yourself, you honestly can't expect other people to feel that about you
that's true.
because you're throwing that off, right? You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying? And I think it's important that we have the ability to like ourselves, that I like me. I
Mm,
like being with me when there's no one else around.
yeah.
Are you cussing yourself out?
Yeah.
Are you abusing yourself? And I think this is a hard question that you have to ask. And I really want us to sit with this weekend. Ask yourself, do you like you? And
Wow.
if you don't, what are the things that you can change so that you do like you better? You
Wow.
know what I'm saying? I think sometimes we don't want to be by ourselves or alone. It's because now we got to deal with the parts of us that we don't like.
Well, you know what, Adam? Sometimes it's as simple as this.
Hmm.
Many of us haven't taken a moment to say, I forgive self.
Ooh, now you're trying to get deep with this
Yeah.
conversation.
That's
Okay.
what a
All
lot of the
right.
reasons we don't like ourselves is we don't like our decisions.
Mm,
We don't like our inability to choose correctly.
mm,
We don't like being easy to people who make it hard.
mhm,
We
mhm.
don't like how we turned out. I
Right.
would have thought by now I surely should have been married, or I
Yeah.
surely should have been doing this, or I should have had this kind of career or job, and I don't. But when I
Mhm.
look over there to the left, I see my boy Bruce. He got this, that, and the other. You know, whatever the case may be, we get self hate almost, and
Mhm.
we look for other people to mask it.
To cover it over
Yes,
so that
it's
we don't have
almost
to deal with us.
yes, it's almost it's like the age old thing where we talked about the sexuality thing where you had
Mhm.
the man, let's just say back in the day, they had the man in the church and they had the woman that might have been attractive, but there was the man that we all knew. I don't know, but then they would say, "Oh, he got married and she's his beard, his cover." You never heard that? Oh, they
I've
said that.
never heard that
Oh, they
before.
would say,
What in the
women,
world?
say yes if y'all heard the beard concept.
I've
They
never
would
heard
say
that before.
women were beards of men who were hot masking their sexuality, like especially in it's a thing
Ah,
from church, right? It's
okay.
a thing where
Wow.
men were struggling, and maybe they were preachers or whomever or ministers, and it looked good to have a spouse. So a
Okay.
lot of
Okay.
times, what they will do is choose a woman that maybe she's super materialistic. So he knows he got the money and the good credit to keep her
Right.
going. So
Right.
I'm going to, so if she'll probably marry me if I
Okay.
can just act man enough at the church. Long as I'm
Okay.
not all like, oh my God, at church, she can deal with it. Right. So she'll marry him. And then next thing you know, that's
Oh,
for sure.
God.
So a lot of
Okay.
people are with quote unquote beards
Wow.
for sure. And
Interesting.
so that's why I mean it's that whole covering concept, but we
Yeah.
can't, but that comes from not wanting to sit with self
Yeah.
and own self.
And on
Like,
yourself.
okay, whatever
Yeah.
your sexuality is, own it.
Right.
Don't bring somebody who you know isn't
Mm.
really with it
Wow.
into it to cover
Wow.
you.
Wow.
And so that's what happens when we're not happy with ourselves.
Hmm.
We go out and find people to cover our unhappiness. And then
Mm.
listen, we don't stop there. We get them to cover our unhappiness and hold them to the fire if they don't.
Wow.
You become
Yeah.
a narcissist for not covering me right.
Right.
So what? I'm unhappy. You're supposed to be a good lady and a man.
Mm. Mm.
So yeah, that's how we twist it
Mm.
out here. I'm trying to tell you.
That's wow.
For
You just
sure.
educated me. I had no
Yeah.
idea that was a thing, right? So
Yeah.
and again, this is why it's so important that we're having these conversations about ourselves. I think that um the reason why we're having a lot of issues, particularly emotional issues and some mental things, is because we don't want to deal with the stuff that we should deal with in terms of our own minds and our own hearts. And I think being being alone allows you
Yeah.
to be able to deal with those things. And if you find that you can't deal with it on your own, then my encouragement to you is to definitely seek professional help, to get some therapy, to get some counseling, so that when you are alone on your own, you're okay on your own. You're
Yeah.
not looking for somebody else to give you a sign of approval or to validate you.
Mm.
Nothing, nobody has to validate me.
Wow.
Nobody.
Wow.
My validation doesn't come from people. You know what I'm saying? Number one, it comes from God. I know that He loves me and cares for me. And number two, it comes from me.
Yeah.
And after those two have been cleared, then everybody else, if they desire to, can add to it. But
Yeah.
if I don't have those two in order, anything that anybody else says, it ain't gonna last. It's
Yeah.
gonna be trying to put water in a bucket with a hole in it. It's just gonna flow
Yeah.
right on out.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it's important that we understand the importance of being able to be
Mhm.
alone so that
Yeah.
we don't become that bored person who
Yeah.
uses other people to try to cover up the things that we don't want to deal with in our own personal lives.
Wow. That's good, man. But
Real
yeah,
talk,
I
man.
mean,
Real
yeah.
talk.
I mean, listen, I can say this, Adam. While I
Mm.
may not be alone, I enjoy my alone time
Okay. Okay.
because being alone to me has sharpened me in so many ways.
Mhm.
Now, here's the thing. The journey of me being alone really wasn't on purpose.
Okay.
It was circumstantial for certain
Ah,
things or
okay.
decisions and things like that.
Right.
But and so it was like I was placed in a situation to kind of almost like a Isle of Patmos, since we're on Fridays, Adam. All right. So it's almost like I
Good
was
Friday. Here we
placed
go.
on the Isle of Patmos on tonight.
Oh
So,
my
and there was a
God. This guy. This
mirror
guy.
showing me, Adam, on
This
tonight.
guy.
So
This
I
guy.
had to sift through those things that I saw and
Oh
work on them.
Lord.
So after coming out of them, they
Mhm.
strengthened me. And
Mhm.
so I've noticed I've become sensitive to things I was probably once desensitized to.
Mm.
And I've become aware, highly more aware of things that I probably was not as conscious to. And
Yeah.
that's not to say
Yeah.
I get it right all the time. I don't.
Right. Right.
But I'm way better than I was.
Okay.
I can tell you that. So,
Okay.
and that's
Okay.
that's to me, it's a result of embracing alone time. And
Yes.
sometimes,
Yes.
listen, it has not been easy because when you embrace alone time for yourself, if you're in a relationship or dealing with anybody else,
Mhm.
it angers people because
Mm.
they're not always on the same page with you being alone. Let's just be honest.
Wow.
If people care, love, want to be with you, they want to be with you.
Right.
So if you're not with them, it is a crime, right? It's a
Okay.
crime. And so I get it. It needs to be a balance.
Right.
But you
Right.
cannot be great to anybody until you are great to you.
That's true.
You
Real talk.
gotta master loving you first,
Yeah.
and you gotta be selfish about it.
Yeah.
Because people by default and their quote unquote love, it won't allow you to be selfish. They
Mm.
want every moment.
Mhm.
You just have to say, I do too, but I'm still feeling this lack over here I need to address, and I need to fix this. You understand
Mm.
what I'm saying? I need to
Okay.
fix this
Okay.
one on one,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
I got to get it. And so, and then the more what I have learned as a result of doing that, it has made me feel empowered to be like, all right, now you can handle this thing the healthy way
Mhm.
instead
Yeah.
of doing this thing and then having all these, like you said, unforgiving regrets and
Yeah.
mad about yourself about this and you
Right.
didn't do that. You
Right.
got to wash that out before you
Yeah.
can be better to somebody. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? That's all.
No, absolutely. And being able to spend time alone will allow you to do
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
because your life is not dependent upon always having somebody in it.
Yeah. For
You know what
sure.
I'm saying? Because you have to have a space and a place for you to
Yeah.
fit in.
Yeah.
Otherwise, you're not going to be any good for anybody else at the end of the
Trying
day.
to tell you.
You know what I'm
Look,
saying? Yeah.
the real cheat code, Adam,
Mhm.
is what makes people really attractive to people looking for partners is when they see somebody happy with themselves apart from them.
That's good.
That's what makes people attractive. They say, oh, now here's the kicker. That's half the battle. Because now the war is you have to sift and make sure the person that finds your self-love attractive is not trying to steal from you.
Right.
Because they will come in to use your life. And take what you have. But if they're a good heart person, they're looking at you to say, oh, I love how that person loves themselves. Let me add my love to the equation.
Right.
This will be a beautiful thing. But the sad thing is, Adam, the time we live in, people see you happy. Why is he smiling? Let me see. Hey, Adam. Now, I'm not happy, but let me see what makes him smile so that I can sit up under him for a little bit and sift some of his happiness and make him a little mad. You understand what I'm saying? That's really what it is. So
you can try it if you want to. You can try it if you want to. I'll let you know.
So that's what
I'll
I'm
let
saying.
you know.
By
the time you get finished dealing with me, you're gonna know Jesus. But anyway, keep on going.
Yeah. And then here's another takeaway before we get out of here. I'll let you say something. Is the core of boredom and being a warden and causing someone to be imprisoned is selfishness.
Absolutely. Yeah, that's what I said.
Because when the rabbit got the gun, you do not want anyone imprisoning you. When if you know how it feels to imprison someone, as the warden, you know what you're doing, but you don't like it when the person puts you in the prison.
Right?
Or somebody puts you in it. So let's all be self-aware, because it can happen to. Like, I'm still going to hold on to what I said, that most of us at some point in life has been the jailer and the jailee.
Wow!
At some point, we have jailed someone and we have been in the jail. If we got to be honest. So we got to just have, imagine if we made more decisions that were unselfish. Okay, so what? I'm bored, but I don't have to text that person.
Right.
I don't have to go out with them. Heck, I don't have to sleep with them just because I'm bored.
Right.
I just need to sit through it. Right.
Right.
And whoever is supposed to be the right person to arrive will arrive. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Whatever.
So, because the right person who's supposed to arrive can't get in because you got too many people.
Yeah, for sure. Oh, wow. You can't listen. People. Here's the thing. Now you said that you're not even able to properly see.
You can't.
Who they are when you got too much going on. I'm telling you cannot do it. So it'll drive yourself nuts, and you can have all the intent in your heart for it to be right and want.
Right.
But unless you let it go, you're not able to fully see and appreciate what's in front of you. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's scary to let go, but at the same time, it is rewarding when that self-strength that you've developed with being alone helps you to do it. You know what I mean? So
right. Real talk.
All right, on tonight. All right. Anything last words, sir, on this Good Friday, since you've been preaching all day? So go ahead.
I wasn't the only one preaching. So let's not act like you wasn't preaching too. And the people in the comments, everybody in the comments was preaching just as well.
They sure will. They were preaching.
I appreciate that. I appreciate that. I like when we can actually have a real conversation about us for real.
Yeah.
I think it's necessary and it's needed for all of us that we really are able to honestly identify some of the things that we need to work on within ourselves. Otherwise, how do we become better? How do we become mature? How do we grow? You know what I'm saying? So but no, this is good. This is good.
And sometimes we have to sit back at them and have that alone moment of honesty. And say it can be as simple as this. Let me be honest with me. I got this placeholder. I have this jailee. But let me be honest. Who do I really like? Like, who do I like?
Okay.
Who am I chasing?
Right.
And is that person honestly looking back at me?
Yeah.
If they're not, can I be strong enough to stop the chase and stop wasting their time?
Okay.
Right.
Okay.
And if that means it may be scary to say I don't want to be alone, but I would rather be alone and not in debt than have people around and have blood on your hand. You know what I'm saying? So you gotta look at it like on tonight. All right, y'all.
On tonight.
On tonight. Yes, that's my 7 words. Yes.
Yeah.
Anyway, I appreciate y'all. Appreciate y'all for tuning in another week. We missed y'all last week. You know, Mr. Ford. He had his church duties. But anyway, we will definitely see y'all.
You know what? I'm praying for you, brother. I'm praying for you. I'm praying that you don't get sifted.
No. Listen, man. Listen, y'all. We know that, we you know what it was, even though, we have our tight knit and our show stuff going on, but sometimes it's humane for us to have other lives outside of things, right?
Absolutely. Okay. Yes.
Sometimes we got things we got going on, we busy, we take a break, and it is what it is. And then we come right back and embrace y'all again. So it's all good.
Yeah. Just anyway, give them enough notice so they can get back on. We all get on. You know what I'm saying?
That's it. Yeah. All right, y'all. Well, we will see y'all next week, same time, same channel. We hope to bring something more engaging to it, as today, and we can keep this party going. All good, sir?
Keep the party going. Look how I shift out of that. I shifted that way, right? Keep the party going.
All right, y'all. Be safe on tonight.
Oh my goodness, here we go. Y'all ready for the other side?
Yeah, now here's the other side, Adam. Go ahead.
Other side.
Now the other side is the B-side. And here's the B-side.
Here we go. Not even ready.
Being a warden pays a handsome salary. There's money in the prison system.
I'm just kidding. No, I'm kidding. Yeah, hey, are y'all praying during this Lenten season? I mean, what is going on with him? Y'all need to lay hands.
God.
This guy's crazy.
Oh God.
Yo.
K, shout out. Hey K. You can do a replay of the show when we get off. K, you can run it back if you want to see it.
Oh yeah, definitely run it back. Definitely run it back.
But I do notice Facebook be after a while, maybe taking these videos down.
Well, you know what I know? If you go to the YouTube channel, you can actually watch all of the shows.
You seen them up there? I haven't been up there, but okay, cool. All right.
Wow, that's
I know that's sad.
That's concerning.
I created the page and don't.
Yes, but if you go to the YouTube page, and I'm gonna have Charles send out the link. Go to our YouTube page on Unique Perspective Love Talk Radio.YouTube or whatever it's called.
Okay.
Most of the shows are there if you look them up. There's actually a good
some old school ones on there too.
Definitely some old school ones. So if you guys are interested in that, definitely check it out. As a matter of fact, I was actually on our website this past week.
Oh, okay.
That we don't talk about, but anyway.
That we don't share. But anyway.
I definitely blame you for that. But anyway, let's go.
You too. But anyway. All right, y'all.
Yeah, whatever.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Okay.
Whatever. He got up.
He got up.
He got up. He got up. They like, what is going on?
Look, I think we read. Look, why I seen this dude, Adam. No joke. I was in, I want to say it was Neiman's. I was looking at Neiman's, and this guy was in there with he was trying on a Versace yellow suit with a green, with some hat, what they call them with a D. They start with a D. It's a fedora. Anyway, he had a green hat on, a yellow suit. He thought some, I'm ready for Sunday. I was like, oh, let me get out of here.
Jesus,
That's it.
God.
Anyway, all right.
Oh,
all right, y'all. Holla. Next
that was
time.
him. That was actually Charles that had that yellow suit on with the
Yeah, that was him.
Oh my God. Oh my God. Okay, we gotta go.
All right, bye.
Bye, y'all. Have a good weekend. Peace.